There's news, there's sense and there's nuisance. This show is all about that last bit. इस साल की सबसे बड़ी धमाकेदार खबर।
जैसे ही रणबीर और आलिया नीचे आए अनंत, लोग पागल हो गए। जितने फैन से आए थे वो सब एक्साइटेड थे। फोटो ऑप किया और फोटो ऑप करने के बाद रणबीर ने आलिया को अपनी गोद में उठाया और वापस वास्तु के अंदर चले गए। आप देखिए कितने एक्साइटेड थे लोग।
गुड न्यूज, व्हाट अ गुड न्यूज। और गुड न्यूज की बात करें तो हाउ कैन वी फॉरगेट आवर डियर फ्रेंड्स एट इंडिया टुडे।
डैडी, दिस इज नॉट डन।
अदिति, मुझे ना गाना याद आ रहा है। तेरे घर आया मैं आया तुझको लेने। रणबीर कपूर ना इस टाइम यही बोल रहे होंगे, गुनगुना रहे होंगे।
बेगानी शादी में अब्दुल्ला का तो पता नहीं, लेकिन आज तक बहुत दीवाना होए जा रहा है।
Alia too will be joining the list of Sabya brides. We don't know the color of the lehenga as yet.
इंडिया टुडे फेल।
रणबीर की बैचलर्स पार्टी के बारे में भी खबरें आ रही हैं कि बहुत धूमधाम से तैयारियां शुरू हो चुकी हैं इस पार्टी के लिए भी।
आज बहुत सारे मूवमेंट्स हो रहे हैं। केटरर्स आ चुके हैं, फ्लावर्स वाले आ चुके हैं, डेकोरेशंस चालू हो चुके हैं। अभी हमने देखा कि एक रिक्शा भर के लाइट्स भी आ चुके हैं।
इतने सारे मोमेंट्स, सो मच टू चूज फ्रॉम, बट आवर बेस्ट मोमेंट वाज इंडिया टुडे की ये खोजी पत्रकारिता।
So Divya, tell us, what does the card tell us about the couple and how compatible are they?
I will say it's not a very emotional bond, but it's more of a practical bond.
Not an emotional bond, but a practical one.
Married life looks like Alia will be holding the control over here. But yes, it's good. I will not give it 100% marks, but yes, it's fine, average.
Pause frame. What exactly is this lady seeing in these cards to say कि 100 marks नहीं मिलेंगे, average ही रहेगा?
Let me just see careers. Arya is going to rule as she did. Ranbir still has to work hard on his career because he's not been there on the silver screen since a long time.
She's clearly not a Ranbir fan.
And what are the things that they have to be careful about?
Well, they have to be careful because this marriage, they do love each other. We know that.
Do we? Do we really know that?
But this could get into a very little situations where they might feel later on like, we are stuck with each other or something like that.
They will feel stuck in a marriage. That's very unlike any other marriage out there. I mean, I guess that is something a couple has never felt, being stuck in a marriage.
There is a lot of family interference, that's what I feel, in their marriage later on.
नीतू जी, ये वाला आपके लिए था. I hope you're watching.
There are a lot of speculations that either it is going to be on 13th, it's going to be on 17th. Both the dates, how do you see both the dates for both of them?
I feel it's going to be 15th.
गलत. शादी 14 को हुई थी, 15 को नहीं. फिर से फेल आज तक. तुम्हारी इतनी लो स्टैंडर्ड रिपोर्टिंग देखने के बाद हम भी तुम्हारा डार्क फ्यूचर जानने के लिए एक टैरो कार्ड एक्सपर्ट के पास गए. टैरो अंकल, प्लीज टेल मी माय फ्यूचर. क्या इस साल मैं नंबर 1 बनूंगी? क्या मेरे चैनल्स नंबर 1 होंगे?
एवरेज लग रहा है क्योंकि किंग तो अभी अर्नब ही है. तक वालों को थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा.
What? मैं नंबर 1 नहीं? What should I do? Should I start another channel? A new channel?
कर कुछ भी लीजिए आप, टीआरपी की गुलामी रहेंगे.
तो फिर गुड न्यूज़ क्या है?
जोकर हैं आप.
डैडी, मेरा मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं. Sue you. Now we're recording this episode on the day of Ralia's wedding at 9 AM and शादी अभी तक शुरू नहीं हुई है. लेकिन मेरे टैरो कार्ड प्रेडिक्शंस ये कहते हैं कि शादी शुरू होने से पहले ही सारे चैनल्स रणबीर और आलिया के घर के बाहर जाके बहुत टाइम पास करेंगे.
कुछ ही घंटों की बात है. ऐसा कहा गया है कि 2 और 3 बजे की मुहूर्त के टाइम ये दोनों साथ फेरे लेंगे. एक्साइटमेंट बहुत है यहाँ पर.
Huge presence of media and paparazzi and print photographers. This is a big day in the field of entertainment, to
शादी को एक प्राइवेट अफेयर और मीडिया की नजरों से दूर रखने के लिए वेडिंग वेन्यू पर कर्टन्स लगाए जा रहे हैं.
7 बजे के आसपास दोनों कपल जो है वो नीचे आएंगे. रणबीर कपूर और आलिया भट्ट नीचे आएंगे और एक तस्वीर देंगे जो उनके फैंस के लिए सबसे बड़ा तोहफा होगा, क्योंकि लोग इंतजार कर रहे थे.
ढोल नगाड़ों के बीच रणबीर आलिया को नीचे लेकर आए और उन्हें गोद में उठाकर उन्हें वापस वास्तु बिल्डिंग की तरफ बढ़ गए हैं.
Thoughts about the clothes, the ring, the jewelry, Of course, we love to dissect that. Who wore what? How was it looking? Do we approve? What are the people around you, the fans saying?
दीपाली क्लासिक दिल वाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे. Come to बद्री की दुल्हनिया. बद्रीनाथ की दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे.
I just love how many channels kept saying बहुत private affair है, close family का event है बस. They are very private people. शादी की details नहीं मिल रही हैं because they are private people. And still they kept poking their noses. Get the hint यार. You're not invited. All said and done. चाहे हम कितना भी criticize कर लें, celeb weddings will always be priority on news. Because public को जानना है कि रालिया की wedding में क्या हुआ था. Yes, we are calling it Ralia, thanks to CNN News 18. Now, ideally, रालिया की wedding की सारी details आपको Instagram, Miss Malini, Stardust, Filmfare या Bollywood पे dedicated सैकड़ों websites में मिल जाएंगी. Ideally, you don't need our mainstream news channels dedicating precious human resources to give you 24/7 updates on Ralia की wedding. Because public interest और public को क्या interesting लगता है, इन दो चीज़ों में बहुत फ़र्क है. नींबू आम लोगों के मेन्यू से कैसे गायब हो रहा है, ये पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट है. रालिया की वेडिंग का मेन्यू क्या है, ये पब्लिक को इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है फॉर सम फन एंड गॉसिप. But when news depends on gaining maximum eyeballs, TRPs and ad money, you will continue to see more space for things that are interesting to the public and shrinking space to public interest. Now, this week, हमारे favorite TV news anchors की favorite university was back in vogue.
WhatsApp University?
नहीं यार. When has WhatsApp University ever gone out of fashion for it to come back to vogue? ये तो इनका distribution platform है. I meant the university that is infested with tukre gang and Nobel laureates, those scary Nobel laureates, dark anti-national activities, used condoms and pink bougainvillea.
The Delhi police registered an FIR in connection with a clash that took place between two groups of students in the Jawaharlal Nehru University campus, allegedly over non-vegetarian food being served in the hostel mess on the occasion of Ram Navami.
This incident took our dear Sudhir ji into the realms of possibilities.
जरा ये सोचिए वो कौन से छात्र रहे होंगे जिन्होंने कहा होगा कि हम रामनवमी के दिन तो आज तो हम जरूर नॉनवेज खाएंगे ही. आज के दिन रामनवमी के दिन अगर हम नॉनवेज खाएंगे तो हमारे बाकी साथियों की संवेदनाओं पर असर पड़ सकता है. हो सकता है उन्हें अच्छा ना लगे. इस बात को ध्यान में रखते हुए क्या उन्हीं के सहपाठी ये तय नहीं कर सकते, ये नहीं सोच सकते कि वो कम से कम एक दिन अपने ही कॉलेज में या अपने ही यूनिवर्सिटी में साथ पढ़ने वाले लोगों के त्योहारों को ध्यान में रखते हुए एक दिन नॉनवेज नहीं खाएंगे?
हाँ, ABVP के नन्हे मुन्ने फरिश्तों ने बहुत प्यार से अपने सहपाठियों को बोला होगा कि आज प्लीज मत खाओ. ऐसा होता तो क्या होता? अर्नब क्यों पीछे रहे इस व्हाट इफ री में?
What happened to these walks? Suppose there are people who are saying, I'm just assuming, I don't know the details.
I'm assuming, just suppose. I don't have facts, but stay with me.
Suppose there are people who are saying that during Ram Navami, during this period, don't serve non-vegetarian food, okay? I don't think you should make it a matter of life and death. No, we have to have. You're curtailing my freedom to eat what I want. Tomorrow you will tell me what to eat. Tomorrow you will tell me what to wear. Don't be so over-dramatic about it. You know, a certain amount of empathy. I mean, we always saw this, at least, I don't know how you have become, but when we were in college, we were always very empathetic towards other people.
You're always very empathetic towards other people.
When we were in college, we were always very empathetic towards people. चलो, at least इतना तो clear हो गया कि अर्नब बचपन से ऐसा नहीं था.
Don't dump the Rohingyas on us. I'm not saying throw them out tomorrow, but I'm saying gently throw them out. Let them be floating around a boat in the Indian Ocean. हमारा problem नहीं है. इतनी तकलीफ हो रही है उनको, तो सैयद असीम वकार ले जाए उनको टेक्सास या मिनेसोटा में, देख ले कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के अमेरिका में उनको कितनी रेड कार्पेट वेलकम मिलती है. 40,000 Rohingyas already here, and we have a problem. Why do political parties want India to become a refugee dumping ground? Are we the only dumping ground of the world? Why don't these Rohingyas go to Norway or to Sweden or to Switzerland? So why do you pay taxes, viewers? Do you pay taxes to subsidize Rohingyas who will come into India and threaten our own security?
Something must have really damaged this poor soul along the way in his career for all his empathy from his college days to just disappear. Looking at you, Rajdeep. Here's Arnab being more empathetic as the week went by.
One side is getting very angry and upset that why have the houses and homes of illegal structures of people who were pelting stones during the Ram Navami procession in Khargon. Why have these structures been demolished? I don't know why they are complaining. I think that's the best thing to do, because it teaches these people a lesson. And I think Shivraj Singh Chauhan has done a very, very good thing, Mohandas Pai. Very, very good thing. He set a lesson.
It's a good thing, of
we
course.
need to use the bulldozer.
That is India's most watched anchor, justifying completely lawless actions of the state against poor people. Arnab, for someone who has police cases and for someone who has suffered the might of state-backed revenge tactics, you really haven't learnt your lesson. अगली बार जब मुंबई पुलिस तुम्हारे घर आएगी तो चुपचाप अपने आप को उनके हवाले कर देना, हल्ला मत मचाना, because whatever will happen
as per the law.
As per the law. So don't complain next time, okay? As many as 16 houses and 29 shops were demolished. One of the houses that was demolished was built under the PM Awas Yojana. Hasina Fakhru says that people came, rubbed cow dung on where it was written that the house was built under Awas Yojana and demolished the house. Then there was Narendra Gupta's Kirana shop in the Masjid complex that was demolished. Till now, there is no proof that anyone in these houses actually indulged in rioting. ये सब अभी allegations हैं. लेकिन भाई, जब योगी जी बुलडोजर के दम पे यूपी जीत गए, तो मामा कुछ तो ट्राई करेगा ना. अगले साल इलेक्शंस हैं और साथ देने के लिए अर्नब जैसे BKTs भी हैं. So of course, शिवराज will try his best. Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and even a small state like Goa witnessed violence on Ram Navami. And while allegations of stone pelting and arson flew both ways, our news anchors did what they do best: stick to just one side of the story.
राम नवमी पर शोभा यात्रा निकालना कुछ लोगों को इतना चुभ गया कि राम भक्तों पर पत्थरों से हमला कर दिया, उन्हें घायल कर दिया गया, हिंसा का ऐसा खेल खेला गया।
वो पुरुषोत्तम राम के अवतरण का दिन था और ऐसे में पूरे हिंदुस्तान में कैसे पत्थरबाजी होती है, पत्थरबाजी करेंगे आप, जुलूस पे पथराव।
मैं क्यों बताऊं, आप चलाइए आपको।
In this country, nobody has recognized Kashmiri Hindu genocide, but they are worried about Muslim genocide which hasn't taken place.
The faithful celebrating the birth of Lord Ram, taking out processions, singing devotional songs, visiting temples were attacked.
रामनवमी पर जुलूस निकले, उस पर पत्थरबाजी हो, क्यों? अपने ही देश में अपना पर्व मनाने पर पत्थरबाजी का सामना करना पड़ा रामनवमी शोभा यात्रा निकालने वाले लोगों को।
आप तीनों मिलाकर भी एक एक मंदिर ऐसा बता दीजिए जो मस्जिद को तोड़ के बनाया गया हो।
क्या आदमी है यार ये, तीनों मिलकर एक मंदिर बता दो जो मस्जिद गिरा के बनी हो। ये लोग तो बस आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया के करसेवक हैं, digging up the history to create a new bhavya reality. है ना अमीश जी? Not only did our news anchors conveniently forget to mention that stone pelting wasn't just a one-sided tactic, the context of provocative songs, hate speeches, and literally abusive lyrics being sung outside masjids found little to no space. Arnab asked a very innocent question.
I don't understand how a celebration can be a provocation. Can someone explain this to me?
How can a celebration ever be provocative? How? This is how.
If somebody is celebrating and celebrating strongly, well, celebrating loudly, how does it provoke others? How does it make others angry?
What do you mean by celebrating strongly, Arnab? This? Provocation or no provocation, violence cannot be justified, regardless of where it comes from. You cannot have a situation where people resort to taking the law into their own hands, whether you're a minority or part of the majority. But what is scary is majoritarian violence and hate speech that has the tacit approval of the state. What is scary is how those in power either ignore hate speech provocations or facilitate them. So, while houses in Muslim localities are razed to the ground in 24 hours, it took more than a week for the state to arrest this guy. JCB MP में चली, लेकिन इन भाई साहब को आगे जाके शायद टिकट मिल जाएगा. Can you imagine what our news anchors would have said if this was a Muslim man planting a green flag on a temple? #Jhanda Jihad. Please note that in the face of such provocation, there were no communal clashes in the area. Now just listen to this song again. This video is from Koderma, where 8 people have been arrested in this case so far. These are people who were celebrating the birth of revered Ram Lalla. ऐसे गाने कोई अपने बच्चों के बर्थडे पार्टी में क्या अपने भी बर्थडे पार्टी में ना मनाए. ये लोग तो साक्षात भगवान के बर्थडे में बजा रहे थे. Now, I'm not saying that there was provocation in Khargone. We don't know the full details of the case to make such an assertion. But provocation or no provocation, it doesn't really matter. Stone pelting, taking law in your hand is wrong. But not talking about how such festivals are being used to abuse minorities, provoke reactions, that is a very important story of our times. After this incident, members of both Hindu and Muslim community came together to appeal for peace. There were many such incidents where both communities showed respect, restraint, and appeal for peace, calm, and better sense.
नारे भड़काऊ कौन से लगे हैं बताइए. मैं चाहती हूँ देश का हर एक बाशिंदा आज उन नारों को सुने. कौन सा नारा लगा है राम नवमी के जुलूस में? कौन सा भड़काऊ नारा लगा है मुझे बता दीजिए. असीम वकार साहब, 1 घंटा है हम लोग, 1 घंटा आप सुनाइए. मैं चाहती हूँ कि देश सुने वो नारा.
मतलब आपने क्या बोला? गैर मजहबी.
2 cases in point from Khargone, Sadiq Khan, Sumit and his younger brother Amit. We have nothing left except for the motorcycle that Amit managed to remove from the house. He helped us with our children and in the process got attacked, Khan's elder brother said. And Noor Jahan and Suman Prajapati. My daughter-in-law Najma B and I were alone in the house when rioters started banging on our door. We pushed our belongings towards the door to prevent them from breaking in. But by night, we were scared of staying there alone. That was when Suman Didi asked us to come over to her house, said Noor Jahan. Prajapati said, it was risky to leave them alone, so I called them to my house. We are neighbors and have stood for each other always. Our friendship is beyond religion.
इस भाईचारे वाले इंडिया में ना बीजेपी की रोटी सिक सकती है, ना उनके भाड़े के टीवी एंकर्स को टीआरपी मिल सकती है. So be sure that such incidents that give us hope will become fewer and fewer and rarer if we don't speak up and if we don't speak up loudly against hate speech in the name of our religion, against bigotry, and against politicians who repeatedly get away by only and only spreading tensions and ill will.
अरे घर के सामने से जुलूस निकल रहा है, तुम भी आके 2 मिनट डांस कर लो म्यूजिक में.
सही कहा कपिल, गाना ही तो गा रहे थे, तुम भी थोड़ा नाच लेते. म्यूजिक में क्या जाता तुम्हारा? एक दिन के लिए तुम नाच नहीं सकते थे? We'll show you how it's done.
तुम ही सबरी के राम, तुम ही मीरा के श्याम, एक हो तुम अनेकों
टोपी वाला भी सर झुका के जय श्री राम बोलेगा. टोपी वाला भी सर झुका के जय श्री राम बोलेगा.
The past few weeks have been very depressing for most of us, even though this is a time of festivities for people across the country and across religions. In such a time, you're probably being bombarded with a lot of videos on social media. ये वीडियोस बहुत डिप्रेसिंग भी हो सकते हैं, ये वीडियोस ऑफन गलत भी हो सकते हैं और आपको बहुत बार पूरी पिक्चर नहीं देते हैं. इसलिए if you want a complete picture on any news event, please go to a credible news source to read about the news event so you know the context and you know the complete facts of the case. I highly recommend Iram Siddiqui's ground reports from the Indian Express from Khargone in MP that give you a complete picture of what has been happening in that place. In times of chaos, confusion, hate-filled speeches, bigotry, news and its public service becomes even more important. We need independent news sources. We need independent journalists committed to public interest more than ever today. So please support News Laundry. At News Laundry, our endeavor is also to bring to you facts of a case and bring you ground reports. Check out some of our ground reports, and if you like our work, please support newslaundry.com and please read good, credible news sources. That's all the Newsance we have for you this week. We'll be back next week. Until then, stay mad. That's the only way. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode. If you liked it, please share it with your friends and family. Please subscribe to News Laundry's YouTube channel. Like this video, comment in the comment section. Tell us what you liked, tell us what you didn't like. Please keep it civil and have a great weekend.
This is exactly what you thought would happen.